Twitch is down.
Yeah, Twitch isn't getting it yet. OBS thinks it's fine. But Twitch is struggling to get it. YouTube is saying connect your voter. Oh, we're up on YouTube.
Okay. It says connect encoder to go live.
Yeah, YouTube has got us.
Got us. Okay. I see it. Okay.
Yeah, Beavery, Nighthawk, and Norville. Okay, we have 3 people watching us. We're good.
Okay.
And we're back on YouTube as well.
On
it's
Twitch?
Sorry, Twitch is struggling.
Okay. I don't think it was our problem in this case, do you?
That's a good question. We are showing some drop frames on OBS again. So I don't know if this is us. Maybe it's Restream struggling.
Interesting.
Yeah, Restream is saying reconnecting right now. So maybe it's a Restream issue. Ruh-roh. Yeah, looks like YouTube's happy. Weird. Well, okay, YouTube says we're back. Okay, Lexi, Funny, and Farrell all say we're back. And then now I'm getting it connected to chat error. Oh no.
Wow. Now you're getting what about chat?
It just says connecting to chat again, as though it broke up somehow.
Okay.
So, huh. Okay, well, hopefully we're good now. Please.
So do I need to refresh to get chat working again?
Well, on YouTube, you'll have to go to the new link.
Oh, I've got YouTube up already.
You may have to refresh Twitch then.
Yeah, I just hit the refresh button on Twitch and it's still trying to work on it. Site can't be reached.
And Hosroy is here, says, hey gang, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Hopefully we're good. We just had a bit of a session loss. We're hoping everything's okay. So, Biebery says, as I was saying, you should go brazy on blueprints this playthrough. Auto connecting belt highways is easy and clean.
Yeah.
I think we had just a general internet failure because all of my systems, Battle.net popped up asking me to relog in, and Epic canceled for a bit. So I think we just had an internet loss on our end.
Okay. All right.
Gamer says, hello, the moon mission launched successfully.
Yes, it did. Yay. I am glad that it did because Boeing needs a win.
By golly, it does.
They've had such a black eye in their space program now.
Just leave it. They've had such a black eye, period.
Well, yeah. I just saw a headline that said the FAA says the 787 has some problems. Again.
Again. Oh, gosh.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to make some iron plates so I can get these miners built.
Funny asks, what do you think was the most tedious project to build or plan across all your saves?
Most tedious project. I would say probably the first time I got to, um, first time I had to seriously make a what? Okay, fine. I'm gonna pick you up too, and whoops. Two? Wait a minute. They're not supposed to be two. Now let's see if it'll build the miner. Oh, good. It'll build the miner in spite of those being there. Good. All right. There's first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw, just to get them out of my bags, I'm going to throw them in here. Gosh.
Beavery says they need a few wins to show they're fixing the root cause of their many issues. They've lost a lot of public trust lately.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have. That's for sure.
And Hosroy says, yeah, ULA needs a win, but those beautiful RS-25 engines never get old when they fire up.
Yeah, no kidding.
What's ULA?
United Launch Alliance. It's an alliance between Boeing and three other companies, I believe it is. Norman Rockwell.
The B team.
The what?
The B team.
What do you mean the B team?
Well, I mean, it's all the people who aren't SpaceX.
No comment.
Josh Garrett says 20 leaves per. Oof.
Yes, exactly. It gets them out of my inventory, basically. I need space to process some iron. Okay.
Okay. Well, Doc, if I can, for me to join you, I need you to change your session type. If we can even play multiplayer in this. So, got to manage session up by 2. Settings. And you currently have it under single player. You could just put it on Epic there.
Okay.
And apply, and I should be able to join. Hosray says, I did hear rumors of SpaceX going public. Not going to be pretty if that happens.
Oh, they are going public, yes. It's going to be the biggest IPO in the world based on the current valuation they have on their stock. More handcrafting. More handcrafting.
10 Kinds of People asks, this playthrough modded?
No.
How are mod migrations looking for the new version?
Say that again?
How are mod migrations looking for the new version?
Right now, they don't allow any mods in the new version. It is just all on the experimental branch, which doesn't allow it. So no mod conversions yet. So okay, we were back up to 31 in YouTube. How's Twitch doing in that regard? 17. Okay.
Yeah, they're working on it. I did just look in on the Satisfactory modding Discord channel, and they're just still in the process of working on things. Of course, every modder has to do it on their own, and from what I've seen, they have a bit of reticence to immediately jumping on fixing their mods so early in the public access, just because you don't know what changes are going to be made. You don't want to be updating your mod multiple times for one patch.
Okay. Definitely don't want to do that. And right now they've got a, they're going to have a moving target too, because if there's any sort of, bug fixes or anything that impact their mod, they're going to be in there fixing it again. So I don't know how much I'm sure they want to be communicating with the devs at Coffee Stain quite regularly as to mods, as to what's being fixed and what impact that might have on their mods.
Well, Doc, I'm not being able to just join via the friend.
Okay.
So you're going to have to share with me your session ID.
Okay.
And I'm going to bring you guys to the chat window while we're waiting, which confirms that the chat is not currently functioning. I'm going to try to get that to work here in a sec.
Okay. Did you do show session ID? And I don't get a session ID.
Is the session ID blank or something?
Yes.
I was having that problem too.
Huh. I said copy to clipboard. I'm going to go ahead and see what the clipboard
Yeah, I got
has.
nothing when I did that.
And you got nothing too? Yeah, I got nothing. Interesting.
Yeah, our restream chat is completely broken.
Okay. So restream is probably the issue that we are experiencing.
Okay, well, we'll bring chat back when we can.
Alrighty.
Not a pastry says, hiya, Doc.
Hi there. Not a pastry. If you're not a pastry, what are you?
Beavery says, yeah, SpaceX is all but confirmed to be going public in June or July. They filed all the paperwork. The good news is that it'll be what funds the Mars missions.
Yep. Yep, it'll put a bunch of money in the treasury for the company to expand and pay off other debts so that they can afford other things.
Remember, they're going to the moon first now.
Yep. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. Maybe in my lifetime we'll be able to see people who just take and have the moon as a tourist destination.
I just want to see somebody on the moon who isn't currently wearing a spacewalking suit.
Ah. Yeah, see them in a habitat that is fully, heated and everything, yeah.
I mean, and that shouldn't be too hard. We already have the ISS, right? Taking something like the ISS and instead placing it on the moon isn't that much harder. It is quarter gravity, so lowering large objects on the moon isn't relatively that difficult, you know?
Right. Yeah, it is such a small sphere. The amount of mass doesn't give you a bunch of as much gravity as on the Earth. Okay. Well, YouTube got back. And we don't have a session yet on Twitch.
Yep, it just got bad on OBS again. I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, through the atmosphere, it knocked out 2 or 3 dozen of the Starlink satellites.
Really?
No.
What? Come on, Doc.
I'm just joking. Push to talk. And we're back.
Maybe? Hopefully?
Okay. Well, I made one correction that hopefully will help our situation. Okay.
That shouldn't make much of a difference, but, we'll see.
It shouldn't, but it may. how much does this take to run it? It requires 2.5 megawatts, and each of these will do 30. Okay, good. That's... Oops.
Okay, everybody says we're back. Wow, that's crazy.
Yep. All right, I'm putting a smelter, and okay, so it looks like multiplayer isn't yet up and running for 1.2 in the experimental, maybe.
That sounds right.
Okay.
I have a dog here who is trying to give me a hug, and she's so sweet. And I have to say no to her, because if I don't say no to her, her 2-year-old son jumps all over me.
I have not done that before. Look at this. Okay, so what can't I build? What am I missing? I'm missing wire. Good heavens.
Always missing
Look
something.
at this. Look at this. It's snapped.
Huh?
It's snapped to the machine here.
Is it passing materials?
Yes,
Oh,
I
those are
see
very well
materials
connected.
there. Is they're not connected to power yet. So this... And I've got to tell it to... Even though it's getting iron ore, it doesn't understand it's supposed to make iron ingots out of it. That's one of my pet peeves.
Sean says, not sure about Epic Games version, but we do have a dedicated server running in 1.2. Maybe it's a
Okay.
peer-to-peer thing that's not working, but dedicated servers are.
Maybe. Hopefully I'll be able to make some wire here and keep going, because I don't want to run all the way back home just to get wire. I can only make 12 wire. That's not gonna... Okay, so they come from you to me. Hi, Puppy.
Yep, that's what they do.
Do they want to go outside, do you think? Is this what we're looking for as far as them wanting to go outside to...
No, this is just them horsing around.
Are you sure?
Yes, because when they want to go out to the door, they run to the door and back to me, run to the door, back to me, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Okay, guys, time to go. Time to go. All right. What is this? They're too big to be on my lap, and I can't run my... They keep bumping my elbow.
Yep,
Wanting
that's
attention.
what she does.
That's he and she. They're both
Oh, they're
right
both
here,
doing it right now.
You know.
Simon says, now you need to put the elevator cost at 100x.
Oh, yeah.
With power consumption 5x. And all impure.
Yeah, right.
Ugh.
And then you'll never be able to make progress. Okay, I'm going to see if the same thing happens here. I'm going to put a smelter, ask for a smelter, and...
Yeah, it looks like it attaches to it.
Yeah, it does.
Huh.
But this time it's a little bit off.
Yeah, no, try that again, because I think there was another config that looked really close to that, but was actually, like, directly in line. No, that's what you had before.
Yes, exactly.
Weird.
Yeah, and yeah. So it must have been just a fluke or something, because I mean that one was up high on pedestals.
Huh.
That is just weird.
Specs asks, "Are you not a dog guy, Doc?"
I like dogs. Um, it's just that it's kind of hard to run a mouse when the dog is constantly hitting your elbow because he wants attention. And these are wonderful dogs. They really are. They're purebred, purebred retrievers, golden retrievers, and they're wonderfully friendly, and they're easily lovable, easy to love them. It's just, let me work, please. Now, I still.
They are beautiful dogs running on default golden retriever software.
Default golden retriever software?
Yeah, I mean, untrained golden retrievers are extremely happy. They love you and will never stop loving you, and all around very, very kind dogs. But yeah, they have to be trained to be
Not obnoxious.
not obnoxious. There you go. That's a good word to put it.
They have to be trained to be not so friendly that they cause you to want their presence restricted, so to speak.
Beavery says, "I have a black retriever, and he's the most beautiful soul I've ever met."
Black retriever? Huh. Never heard of that one. Okay, come on, hit the right button here, Robert.
Could that?
Rick?
Could that just be a black lab?
Or could it be a lab retriever cross?
Well, I mean, black labs are the full name of them is the Labrador Retriever. So black labs are retrievers. So
Okay.
if that's what you're referring to, yeah. I as a teenager I had a black lab, and he was wonderful too.
Oh yeah, he was so fun.
That was quite a while ago now, but we had I think it was our first digital camera, and we have a video of him, and it's horribly shot. Now, we didn't know how to take a good video because it was outside with the sun behind him, but his favorite pastime is he'd run around in our yard with a 5-gallon bucket, and he'd put his head in the bucket, and he would run and jump into the air and toss that bucket 10, 15 feet in the air, and then he'd try to catch it. And he'd like dart back and forth, and every once in a while bonk him right on the skull, and he'd shake it off, and then he'd do it all over again. And he would do that for hours. It was so funny.
I'm not even putting things on platforms because I don't have enough iron plate. I have not seen a single wreck yet either, Robert. Did they randomize the wrecks and put them all over in the Dune Desert or something? Okay, don't lament with me then. Fine.
I don't know.
All right, I'm making some plates. And I'm stuffing them all in a container. Which means that now I could run at least a conveyor line up the hill if I had enough plates. Oh, this is terrible.
Ruben notes that Doc, it's early game.
Yeah.
And you already have 2 dismantle crates.
That's right, I do, don't I? Well, let's do away with that. Okay, so what do I have in my bag still? Interesting. Okay, those aren't burning a whole bunch yet. Okay. All right, I am now getting plate. Not very fast, but I am getting plate. Oh my heavens. Can you go any faster? No, because you can't produce ingots fast enough. Because you're not getting ore fast enough. Oh gosh. Okay. Robert, my kind advisor.
What's up?
Should I just keep on making a conveyor to go up the hill, or should I just keep running down here to collect plates and running back and forth?
I think you need to run a conveyor at some point.
Okay.
If you can afford the conveyor now, do it now.
Well, I can't really afford it, but what'll happen is what I did last time was I made the conveyor as long as I could, and then came back, got more plates, and then made it longer, and came back and got more plates, and I just keep doing that over and over and over again until finally I got the conveyor to where it needed to be, and that was the conveyor that I brought, bringing the plates to where I'm making the reinforced iron plates. So that's the way I accomplished that. It just took forever, you know.
That does take a long time. Okay, I've now pinned a message in YouTube, and I'll pin it here on Twitch as well, saying we are playing with 2x crafting cost, 5x space elevator cost, half power cost, and pure random nodes. So, we've had a lot of people popping in and asking that question, and there you go, there's your answer.
Yep.
That's why Doc's struggling so much.
Yep. And now, okay.
Yeah, Simon, I would love to play with Doc, but at the moment, we were struggling to connect with each other, and I don't know if that's a 1.2 experimental problem with playing peer-to-peer like that, or if that's a problem with our setup. But I tried to join him and I couldn't, so we might try again later, see if I can see Doc as a friend, and if so, then I'll join him.
All right, back to get more plates. And now I probably won't get very many plates because they're all on the conveyor. That's right, I had to run up the conveyor collecting the plates as I went.
And one Metal Fist says, Doc, if you head toward the Purple Forest, you'll find a crashed ship there. There's also one of the area with the floating islands that aren't connected to the mainland. I was heading towards the edge of the map in that region, found another one there too. Crash ships could be really useful for you, Doc.
Yep, they can. They certainly can. I just haven't seen any in this area.
And, well, yeah, we know that kind of off the edge of the map, if you go south, there's a couple of those floating islands. That's one of the ones that Run Metal Fist mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And that floating island has a crash.
Okay, where did you say?
If you go south to the edge of the map, there's a couple of floating islands you had to build your build a conveyor belt out to, and there you'll find a wreck. You're out of plate. Bilston says, try 5x power consumption. That's a real challenge.
Yeah, I bet it is. Have these things just stopped building plates?
Billy says, good morning. Question from a relatively new player here. I unlocked Mark III belts and Mark II miners. Will there be a reason for me ever to go back to earlier tier belts, miners, or equipment?
No. Nope. You'll spend a lot of time continuously updating those belts and those miners and all of your prior builds. Basically because you'll want more and more stuff. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and run up the conveyor because I can get there faster and build some more length on it. And away we go. Can you imagine what it's going to be like to upgrade this conveyor? Maybe I just don't upgrade it until I get trucks or something and run trucks down here.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. I mean, if you're not producing more than 60 a minute, then who cares how slow it is? Beavery says to Billy, you won't always need to use the fastest belt. If you only need to feed a machine 120 screws, for example, you only need Mark II. I have a mixture all over my factory.
Yeah. That is true. When you're actually feeding a machine, yes. So when you've got a manifold that's maybe a two-sided manifold, your side belts can be lower level because they're just going into a machine that needs 30 or 60 or 120, whatever. It can have a lower feed belt. It's those center lines that where you need to get it, through the first ones all the way to the end, and the total amount that needs to pass through is high. Then you need to have the higher belts in that center line, the feeder line, so to speak.
Specs says, I could see that the new crafting cost is taking a toll on Doc.
It is. Very much so.
And Royal asks, it's the first time chat from Royal, anyone run into the issue in experimental where your saved markers on the map aren't there?
Oh, haven't made any markers yet to know.
I'd also like to note that One Metal Fist redeemed Butterfinger.
And I already ate it.
No, they redeemed it again, just a moment ago.
Oh, does that mean you want a Butterfinger?
I think that's what it means, yeah.
Okay. Well, let me get to the end of the conveyor here, and maybe I could just leave me on the conveyor. Do I need to leave you a package of Butterfingers so that when we do this and I'm up in Michigan, you can have your Butterfinger?
It sounds like a great idea to me.
Okay.
Appreciate it, One Metal Fist. Dunkabot asks, how much do you care about part clipping when building?
When I'm building a manifold and I'm working the inputs, let's say, of a manufacturer, I don't worry too much about the clipping right along the front of the manufacturer. I do try to keep things not clipping in other areas where I'm actually building, where I'm actually building something meaningful. I just I watch the clipping there, but just not in the inputs of a device. Now, I just don't willy-nilly make them clip just to do it. I do try to avoid it, but a lot of times going across, you've got lifts going up, and you've got those ones under that if you're going to go across and make the manifold go from one to the next, it's hard to keep them from clipping underneath each of the lifts. So I just don't worry about those. Well, the longer it takes me to get back each time, the more plates I'm going to collect each time, right?
Oh boy.
Yeah, oh boy. And by the time I get back, I should have a decent amount of reinforced iron plates done, so when I update the next milestone, I should be able to. I should be able to make some decent upgrades on the conveyors that are meaningful. Like, see, except for the fact that it just takes a long time for these plates to get up to the top of the hill, I'm definitely not filling up this belt. So I'm not actually making 60.
Yeah.
But, you know, the minute I upgrade the to Mark II belts, the minute I upgrade the belt coming from the smelter, I'm going to be able to make put splitters there and actually split it into two assemblers and make twice as much. So,
you know what? I think that for this playthrough, you're going to be using very few Mark II belts. I think you should use them very strategically when you need that higher volume, because Mark II belts, we need reinforced iron plate.
Yeah. That is true. These dogs are getting much more restless again.
Yeah. Yeah, Beavery, our chat broke when we were, when we lost connection, unfortunately. I'm going to try it again, see if we can get it back. Yeah, it's still just giving us a blue screen. Oddly enough, so we have to keep a web page open in order to see to get our chat to appear on screen. The web page is loading fine, it's just not loading correctly here. Ruben says Doc's been used to using Mark 6 belts. He can't believe these conveyors.
Yeah, no kidding. That is a true statement. Yep, I like using those Mark 6 belts. Like it, like it, like it. There's one metal fist. Head toward the purple forest. What is the purple forest?
Purple forest, pink forest, whatever.
Oh, pink. Okay.
Eddie says, beside the speed, is there any advantage to not using your best conveyors all the time?
There's no advantage when it comes to a machine that'll only take 30 at a time. So there's really no advantage at all to having that belt just deliver it that short distance faster. The advantage is in the feeding of multiple machines and the need to get it from one place to another place quickly. Like the time it takes on a 60 per minute belt to go from all the way down here to all the way up the hill is significant. And I'll want to upgrade the belts just to be able to deliver them faster from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill. So I just can't believe it's just creating so few of them, you know? And this thing's basically, not running full time at all because
it needs 60 ingots per minute and can only get 30.
And can only get 30 from that. So basically, this over here is making 120. So the first thing that happens when I get Mark II belts is I will go ahead and, just deconstruct this one, put two of them next side by side, and have this feeding two machines. But then I can go back down to one machine here, which is really, really weird. Just go back to one machine here because each of those then will deliver, 30. Each of those machines will deliver 30 each. So back to one here, which is
all the
terribly
math, all the
crazy.
normal things you're used to are now all broken.
Yes, absolutely true.
That's kind of awesome.
Awesome. Awful. You used the wrong ending to that.
I think it's awesome because it means you're actually problem solving something new. Chroma's here. He says, how's the insanity? Oh wait, I'm the insanity.
Definitely insanity. Definitely insane. That's for sure.
Billy says, I'm only about 80 hours in the game in the last 3 weeks or so. Been watching this early game play, seems like the Stone Age.
Yes. It does seem like the Stone Age, yes. Yeah, Fred Flintstone isn't pushing the belt nearly fast enough.
Just hold E, Doc. Just hold it.
Hold E. It doesn't do it.
Interesting. We were bamboozled.
Yeah. I tried it earlier because I remembered that comment and it didn't work.
Can you look at one and then press and hold E while you're looking at it and see if it acts somewhat like a filter?
Press and hold E and then do what?
And then move to the next one while you're still holding it.
Nope, I'm still holding it and nothing happens.
Okay. Biebery, thank you. This is an excellent question, and this is exactly what I... Yes, this is my contention with Doc. Contention number 2. Okay.
Okay.
Biebery says, but once it reaches the top of the hill, isn't the belt speed irrelevant? You're still limited to production quantity. 60 per minute delivered at 1200 speed is still 60 per minute.
Yep, that's true. All right.
Okay, Achroma says 42K space plating, 3 out of 20 done on the steel beams, and here I am still streaking across streams. Oh, his little streak bonus won't show. I think that's what they're talking about.
Ah, okay.
But Parker's first time chat says hello.
Hello. I like his GIF animation. Two guys shaking, greeting each other. That's cool.
And Simon says, scan for iron, please. There has to be more. This is pain.
Yes. This is pain and agony.
No, there is no more. Though he had to travel here just to get 2 more on top of his original 3, and that's not enough. Biebery says, that's why I usually use the lowest speed belt possible. I do care if my 5 circuit boards per minute fly across the factory. I like seeing the belt as full as possible. I don't care if it's flying across the factory. I like seeing the belt as full as possible.
Okay. I get the feeling you'd listen to Red Sovine. What is that? Help me understand what Red Sovine or Sovine is.
Yeah, that's not something I know.
Yeah. It's a music artist. Would you look that up, Robert?
Sure.
See what kind of music he does. He does, she does. He makes trucking music. Okay. So I don't know trucking music as a genre. So is it basically country music about truckers and trucking? Or what?
Doc, I am proud to tell you.
Yes?
That it works.
What works? The timer thingy?
Would somebody like to spend some points to deprive Doc of one of his many freedoms? Or maybe in this world we'll say one of his very few freedoms. Eddie says, man, I started in the force and I am struggling for space. Seeing all this space where you are while I'm making the world's tallest mega factory.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. If you don't have sideways space, you got to go up.
So Woodrow Wilson Red Sovine, he was born in 1917, passed away in 1980. Lived in West Virginia and Nashville, Tennessee. That already kind of tells you what kind of genre of music.
Country, yes, definitely.
His most noted examples are Giddy Up Go and Teddy Bear.
Giddy Up Go and Teddy Bear, huh? Interesting.
I want to mention, by the way, making some note of our members servers. We have a members Satisfactory server, which is kind of nearing the end of the run. And the next one, Doc, we're going to be doing a 1.2 playthrough, right?
I think so, yeah.
And I think we mentioned doing 100x space elevator parts.
Yeah, I think we mentioned
but not product cost. Not product cost.
Not product cost, but space elevator cost. Basically, we get to slow the world down so we can enjoy the journey a little bit better. Interesting.
So yeah, that'll be a whole lot of fun to play and try and. I mean, we're gonna have to exploit the whole world to make that happen, right? To actually get 100x space elevator across, or just AFK a ton.
Stop it! I love you, but don't keep raising my arm.
So, Daily Dose asked, does double cost not apply to milestones?
Do you want to play instead? So she just sits down and looks at me with pleading eyes.
No, double cost does not apply to milestones.
So I've got one dog laying at my feet and the other dog bumping my mouse hand up to give her attention. Yeah, right.
Ruben asks, what does it take for Doc to turn on animal hostility?
Money.
Any donation of $2 or approximately $2 is 10 minutes of no building or no flying or turning on hostile creatures or whatever. And Biebery says, Doc, since you're giving Slay the Spire a shot, consider playing Hearthstone down the line. It's an excellent card game with a huge audience.
Isn't that the game you play, Robert?
Yeah, that's kind of my wind down game. I play the Battlegrounds quite a bit. It's just doesn't take a whole lot of brain power, and it's just fun enough to let me wind down in the evening. So it's a fun game.
Yeah. All right. Looks like I used up almost all of my iron plate. I'm going to get to where I've got 100 iron plates in my inventory, so I need 27 more. I'm going to get to where I have 100, and I'm going to go unlock Logistics Mark II, and then start reconfiguring some of these mining places. Okay. Da-da-da-dum.
In addition to the Satisfactory server that we currently have live, and the new project, we also do have a Minecraft server, and it just started a new event where we are coming together and building a dungeon for Doc. We're going to be doing this about once a month, and that'll become Doc's only Minecraft content because he's not a big Minecraft player, but we're all each building these different rooms of this dungeon. And it's looking pretty good so far. Me and Panache, a younger brother, are building one room, and we just got sign-ups for 2 others. And so it's all come together. It's been a whole lot of fun here in a couple weeks seeing Doc struggle to escape the dungeon.
And when I go to Michigan, that's where Spencer, my youngest son, lives. So I will be broadcasting for the next 2 to 3 weeks, starting next week on Tuesday. I'll be broadcasting from Michigan, from his house, from his apartment. So now, how many do I have? Come on, where is it? 107. Okay.
One Metal Fist says, Doc, you're not doing it right.
I'm not.
Like when you activate auto collect for plants, you need to use it on the lines too. Don't press it next to the items. Press it before the line, then move through and collect everything.
Okay.
Interesting. I thought that's what you tried at first.
Well, okay. Generally, when I collect brush, what I do is I get to the first one, I click it, and then I just, move through it. But it's not collecting by holding it down. So what's he saying to do?
I think he said you don't have to be looking at it when you press E. Just press E now and try to walk through it.
Okay, I pressed E when I'm not looking at it, and I am not collecting anything.
And why is my volume so low sometimes?
I don't know. It's been normal in my ear anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
It feels like it's maybe my trigger isn't working quite right. Does my voice sound normal to everybody?
It sounds normal in my ear, but I'm also hearing you over the partition too, so.
Yeah, that does make a difference. Chroma says my voice is fine, so okie doke. Eddie says next challenge: no foundations.
Well, that's what I've done this time.
So far.
So far, nothing is on a foundation.
But at this rate, this is going to be a 1,000-hour world, so you have a long ways to go.
Yeah, no kidding. Very long ways to go. Dimensional depots are going to be very important, as you can probably imagine. Okay.
One Metal Fist says that's really weird. You're supposed to have two options, one for normal pickup, one for auto collect, side by side. Maybe they removed it in 1.2 or changed how it works, or it's just bugged right now.
One or the other.
One Metal Fist, are you playing with a controller? Because the two options, I've never seen two options. It's always just been press E. And when you press and hold it, it auto collects. If you just click it, it collects one.
Okay. The rods are being built up here, that's right.
ML Anderson says, I just got Mark II miners unlocked in my 6th playthrough. Any tips for not making it messy again?
Don't play Satisfactory?
Wow.
I mean, if there's going to be conveyor mess, no matter how much you try. I've seen a few people avoid it, but for the most part, mess is just what happens, you know. All right, I have 300 now. Now go get the reinforced iron plate. Man, I'm so spread out. This is just amazing. I'm going to need a mall before I start going too far. And I'm going to need trucks to make a mall.
And Beebery is echoing what One Metal Fist said. So, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, and our Chroma's being able to auto-collect plants and leaves, just can't do it on Conveyor, so... Don't know what we're experiencing differently. Maybe there is a difference between console and PC in that.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. That's where the plates are going. Okay.
Simon says you should just put portable miners down and manually feed the smelters to avoid the weirdness there.
Yeah, then I'm kind of stuck continuing to manually feed constantly. You know, that is weird. Yeah, there's a little bit of clipping here. Okay.
That's fine. You'll destroy those.
Yeah, I'll cut down those trees here pretty soon.
Ruben says, Doc's right. Satisfactory thrives on organized chaos.
All right, I now have 140 reinforced iron plate. Back to the hub. Okay. Logistics Mark II almost unlocked. Then the first thing I do is start embellishing my iron lines. Getting more production out of my iron lines is going to be huge. All right, and then just this goofy, stupid jump pads one. Okay. Okay, I gotta build a space elevator too.
You know, this is sad. I don't normally like...
What's going on?
Well, this is a very weird thing. It looks like we're coming back.
Okay, yeah, it came back.
Is
Excellent.
there any chance that what I'm doing is killing the stream?
Well, I did, stop the stream with Felix, and it seemed to get better after that a bit. I don't know. I've got to have 250 iron plates.
Yeah, Twitch is resetting again. No, Twitch is back for about a minute. That's crazy. I'm sorry, guys, messing around with this. Hopefully, hopefully things smooth out soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
A Chrome is saying, Robbie's playing with things he shouldn't.
Oh, well.
And Mark's here. He says, good morning, Doc. Are you grounded again? It ain't me to blame this time.
Nope, not you this time.
Howdy, Wobbert. How's the murders working?
What?
He says, howdy, Wobbert. How's the murders walking?
Okay. Okay.
I do have to say that for a very long time, till I was in middle school, I had a speech impediment, and I couldn't say my R's, which made it really difficult because my name is Robert, and saying Robert when you can't say R's is really bad. And so anytime somebody says Wobbert with a W, there's a part of my brain that cries. That makes me feel really, really small whenever I say it with a W.
Okay. Okay, this is starting to get plate in it. So next thing I have to do is to go down here and upgrade. I have reinforced iron plate plenty at this point, I think. Okay, let's go down here and do an upgrade. This is a perfect path for a truck to drive.
I'm sorry, Ruben, whenever you comment in whatever language that is, nobody here understands it, unfortunately. If you could speak in English, we'd really appreciate it. And Mark says that his introductory comment refers to a Monty Python skit, of which I'm unfamiliar. So I've probably seen it some way. And we get a third Butterfinger. Let's go ahead and refund that one.
The no flying one?
No, that was me doing the no flying just to show that we can do timers.
Oh.
Although we're not going to do timers because apparently it might be killing the stream. Although I'm willing to try it one more time.
Yes, I would like to see you try it one more time. Because there's no reason why a website that puts a graphic on the screen should kill the stream at all.
Yeah, I am going to change the polling rate because it is polling every... Well, I mean, it's only fetching once a second, so that shouldn't be the issue. And it should only be updating locally every quarter, every second as well, so... I don't know. We'll see what we can do. But,
especially when we're broadcasting 60 frames per second.
Yeah, exactly.
It should only affect 1 frame per second at the most. Okay.
Willie Mini Me asks, where are you on the map, Doc?
Okay, well, let's look here. That's not going to help much. Let's let me pull the interactive map over here, and basically, am I over this big hole, Robert? Yeah.
No, you're over the small hole.
The small hole? This one?
Yeah.
There's a bigger one? Okay.
I'm pretty sure you were seeing the smaller one, yeah.
Well, I am going to go ahead and put okay. Experimental must save it in a different folder. No.
Hey, Simon, it's okay for people to ask questions here. That's kind of part of the shtick. We like, Doc likes to field questions and talk to people, so don't worry about it. Okay?
Okay, we're going to get rid of the fog, and we're going to pull back, and you are right. That's the small hole. I'm right. If I went over this over to here, it would be the big hole. Okay. So where am I on the map? I am kind of smack in the middle. And this is showing where all the hard drives are, so I can also get rid of the resource nodes so that we can just see hard drives, because actually, let's see.
The resource nodes are completely unhelpful to you.
The question is,
I don't know if those are going to be accurate for you.
Yeah, that's the question. Does it have just the resource nodes being fixed? Yeah, it says... I'm trying to figure out... Yeah, I don't think those iron nodes are there. All right.
So One Metal Fist says there's a huge rock formation in the middle of the map, like a big circle. If you head northeast from there, so can you pull the map over and let's try to find this location that One Metal Fist is talking about?
Okay.
Huge rock formation in the middle of the map.
Like that right there?
That's nowhere near the middle of the map.
So are we talking like middle of the map over here?
That's what I would imagine, but I don't know what you mean by huge rock formation.
I mean, because these are huge cliffs. I mean, we built our aluminum plant down. Do we build it down here? No, we built it up here, and then down here we had the turbo fuel plant.
Yeah. Unfortunately, by the instructions that One Metal Fist has, I don't know if that's gonna really be able to find it. I mean, when you talk about crash sites, you look at every one of these hard drive spots; those are all crash sites. So we're gonna see tons and tons of crash sites everywhere. So.
Mm-hmm. And I'm currently here, and there's one on the top of that rock, one on top of that rock. So, but see, in this whole area, there just aren't that many. You know, and this is basically where I got my got started, is right over here, and they're just, I mean, there's one there. It's just that I'm in an area that doesn't have them very close. The density is just not what it is in other areas, like the Dune Desert. Dune Desert is kind of like the same.
Super dense.
Yeah.
O'Croman says that these maps are accurate, but the fact that you could stand in the middle there and get 0 pings, I wonder.
Yeah, I'm wondering too. Okay.
Maybe you just haven't explored enough.
Maybe I haven't.
You need to travel even farther.
Really? Oh, stop it. Okay. Oh, it's limestone. I am going to put a...
We had another question that was asked, and luckily Angel came in and answered it for us. But the question was, how do you scroll your hotbar? And how do you select items on your hotbar? And the answer is you have the 1 through 9 keys on your keyboard, and then holding Alt while scrolling swaps the hotbar.
Ah, that button. Okay. splitter. I hope I can get to it.
Okay, I'm going to do another test, seeing as it looks like we're healthy on the stream.
Okay.
I'm going to start another timer and see what happens. And the odd thing is I started the timer at 5 minutes, and for some reason you look up there, it starts down by 30 seconds.
Interesting.
Which is really, really weird.
Okay, yeah, that is weird, really weird.
Beavery says the new wind effects are nice.
He thinks they're nice.
I mean, the wind? Yeah, the wind's... You don't like the wind?
They're loud and it's loud and obnoxious.
Doc only wants blue skies, so he can build his factory in peace.
That's about it. Okay, now, instead of putting Mark 1 there, because that's what was on my hotkey.
Chroma, ever the trucker, says, can we shut off wind effects in real life?
Oh, no kidding. That would be fun for a trucker, especially.
Which trip was it? The two of us were traveling, and we were going through Montana, I believe. And we passed like 5 or 6 semis, all of which had been blown off the road.
Yeah, no kidding. Yep.
Oh, it was the trip when we were going to Utah to see Christy. And, yeah, there had been a storm that blew in. The two of us stopped and hit a hotel for the night. And a whole bunch of trucks that tried driving through the night got hit by that storm and just thunk right off the roads.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that was pretty bad. I want, not that, I want a constructor now. Get out of there. Oh, man. Gotta go clear the creatures out of the way.
Chroma says, not for trucking, it just keeps me up.
Keeps you up.
I like the sound of storms at night. I love it. Nothing is better than laying in bed and listening to the sound of a storm. It's great.
Okay. Okay. I'm doing it in a compact area, and I'm not doing it on a platform. Oh, this is crazy. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this?
Well, how about this? How about we take a university question?
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay.
Alrighty, Eddie Ember? Eddie Ember. Okay, Eddie. Any advice for fuel power? I have found the 3 normal oil nodes near the southern map, but I'm struggling to optimize fully utilizing them for power. Okay, got to shift gears to oil here for a second. I'm not quite, you can't fully utilize an oil node for power because you always have some residual. It's either going to be the silicon stuff, the blue crumbly stuff, or it's going to be rubber, or it's going to be plastic. So you can't get full use. Either you're gonna have one of those recipes, and it always has a residual product coming out of it. The best you can do is use the fuel recipe that gives you residual rubber, or the fuel recipe that gives you residual plastic. That gives you the most fuel using those recipes than using the other one that has the heavy oil residue, for example, because you could turn the heavy oil residue then into fuel and several other things. But if you're looking to do fuel out of it, then use one of those 2 recipes, and then go send the rubber and plastic back to your factory to be useful for other products that need both plastic and rubber. plastic about 3/4 and rubber about 1/4 is about the ratio that you want there, because you'll use less rubber unless you use a bunch of alternate recipes that use rubber, and then you might want to change that balance. But the best way you can do it is just to choose a fuel recipe and deal with the residue, and just go forward. Now you can turn that fuel into turbo fuel by adding compacted coal, and then later on you could turn it into rocket fuel, and those give you more an ability to make more refineries. They'll still make the same amount, but the fuel burns longer if it's more if it's turbo fuel versus regular fuel, or if it's rocket fuel versus turbo fuel. So that's the way to get the most out of it, is to upgrade the type of fuel it is once you've made the fuel. But that's the best you can do. It'll never be 100% used just for fuel. You can only use it with a byproduct. So I hope that gets you there, and realize that, and understand that the game is just built that way, where you just don't get 100% fuel. In real life, that's the case also. In real life, they have what they call fractionation towers, fracking towers, basically, that carry off the various types of things that come from regular oil, all the way from kerosene to from various types of kerosene to various other types of fuels, and residuals, and gasoline is only one of those tiers as it goes up the boiling point in the fractionation tower. So that's just kind of the way real life works. So hope that helps, and let's go on to the game.
If only you had one of those to demonstrate, to show people how that works.
Yeah, if only I had a few patents that my grandfather built for those. So
where are those little plates?
Where are those little plates? They're somewhere down in the genealogy. So the best I have here is pictures of it. So, and I could look up those pictures if people were really curious. See, what happened in my family's evolution on my mother's side is that my great-grandfather was heavy into building tools for the oil industry. He built tools in a town in Burke Burnett, Texas, and built quite a sizable business. It was because he held all the patents for all the tools that he built. Howard Hughes came along when he wanted to get into the oil business. He ended up buying that business, and basically when my great-grandfather retired, my grandfather then continued in the oil industry, worked for Texaco for 25 years. Then he worked for Coke for another five or 10 years, Coke Industries, all in the oil business. And while he was at Coke, he built the filtration items for those fractionation towers. So I became familiar with it because my grandfather was in that industry and actually helping to build the towers that separated off the different types of fuel that came from oil. So it was just kind of a really interesting bit of knowledge that was gained that way. So that's kind of where things are at. Okay. All right, we've got a raider coming here with a party of 5. Thank you, Servo. Thank you for coming this way, and good morning or afternoon. It is morning here. Still morning by about an hour at this point. So, way cool. Thank you for coming. And to all those who came with him, I hope you stick around for a while and see what we're doing. We are playing on the experimental branch, as you see in the upper left corner. And I am building with twice the parts costs and 5 times the space elevator costs, and struggling. It has really been a struggle. So we shall see what happens as I continue to work on getting this all figured out. Okay. Well, we're finally getting to where we can put this all back together and getting it producing again. I just have to get power to all these things again. And I didn't want to do that.
Andrew says 2x crafting costs will probably mean massive factories and massively more logistics. We'll probably make some recipes make sense that haven't really made sense previously.
Maybe. Because I'm trying to make sense of it as it is, and it's not being all that fun. So, but this is what my fans wanted. They got me into this mess, and doggone it, I'm gonna figure a way to get out of it, huh? Gonna get rid of some of that iron ore that's in my and we're gonna make iron plate. And hopefully I'll actually get more than 60 per minute coming in so that I can keep it going.
I'm gonna take care of the dogs for a bit.
Okie dokie. See, there's Robert going and sloughing off again, you know.
Excuse you.
He wants to go play with the dogs instead of working here. I get it. I get it. And I'm giving Robert a big hard time that he doesn't deserve, but, you know, he's learned to accept that nonsense from me. Right, Robert?
Yep. Utter nonsense.
Complete and utter nonsense.
Did you bring a leash in with you?
Pardon me?
Leash?
Hanging up on the coat rack because it was soaked after taking him out this morning.
Okay.
Under my coat.
Yep. You know, we had that short report
Yeah?
when it's raining. Unfortunately, it was raining too early this morning.
Yeah, Robert was still getting his beauty rest.
Excuse me, it was 6 a.m. 6 a.m. is not beauty rest.
6 a.m. is not beauty rest?
No.
Oh,
If it was like 9 or something, I'd be like, yeah, I'm just sleeping and I'm slacking off.
okay.
But 6 a.m.?
All right. There he goes whining again.
I'm leaving. I might not be back.
Those are empty threats. He'll be back. He'll be back. All right. Now I'm actually getting ingots in there at a rate that's reasonable. Good. Good. Because I found a belt. In some ways, I don't understand how they let us tie into these things. Because that one went over and went all the way in here instead of going straight to what I thought was in there. So it was only getting ingots from one of the machines instead of both. So until this one empties its buffer, and it looks like it just did empty its buffer. So they're still getting plenty of iron ore, but it looks like it's moving steadily now. That's cool. As long as that's moving steadily. All right. Now let's go do the same to the other ones so we can double that output. And we do that by getting rid of this one first, and that, and that. And we're going to put, okay, production there. Okay. I play primarily on my Steam Deck. Oh, okay. Keep my game open for as long as possible. Keep the giant lizard doggos at my main base. That's funny. Alrighty. Tori says, my husband and I were able to play multiplayer on experimental, but we did continue a save file from a game we were previously playing multiplayer on. Maybe that makes a difference. Okay. That's a very strong possibility that that's what helped you do that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and tell these to do iron ingots and tell that one to do an iron ingot. And we'll put a splitter. We'll put a splitter right here. Okay. All right. Hopefully that splitter will work just fine. Good, it did. So that one goes into there, and that one can go into here. And I want a merger back here. We'll put a merger in back of this guy. Okay. And we'll go there to there, and there to there, and we'll tie this right back into there, and we've reconnected everything. Now let's get power to all of it. Yeah, I'm going to need to put a new power pole in here. So let's grab a power pole. All right. Okay, and there we go. Okay, those are powered up, so they're accepting ore now. And yep, they're accepting ore. Now the significant part of this whole thing is the fact that this here was producing 120, and each of those machines were only taking 60s, and with Mark I belts I could only deliver 60 to one machine. I couldn't deliver to two machines, so it's a significant upgrade to have two machines working on it. And this one needed 60 per minute, and each of these were producing 30, so they couldn't accept a whole 120. They could only accept 30, so they were only producing 15 iron ingots. Now I've got two that'll produce the 30, and this that needs still 60. In fact, I could even take those ingots being made over here and just put them into there, and have that, just one of them going full time. That's what the effect of doubling does. Doubling the amount of parts cost. It's multiplying. It's multiplying to the point where this will deliver 120 to two of them, and usually it would support 4, and then those 4 would produce 30 each, and each of these that are making plates would be accepting only 15. But now, when you double the parts cost, these would accept 30 to make 20. Now they take 60 to make 20, and frankly, the parts cost gets to the point where it just keeps multiplying. And then reinforced iron plates require twice the amount, and then on and on and on it goes. So at this point, we're still delivering less than the 60 per minute, because this will produce only 20 per minute if it's fully loaded. At this point, it's only getting 30, so it's only producing now 10 per minute instead of 5, which is better, but good heavens. Okay. Actually, it's getting 60 per minute. That's right. Where did I have my math wrong? Those would be getting 60 per minute because the smelters now, what are they producing? If they're getting a full 60 per minute, they're producing 30 each. So yes, those are getting 60. So this is working full time now. And that means that this one ought to be working full time. Yeah, okay. Because it's got 60 per minute. So I've increased it to 40 per minute instead of 10, which helps. But still, that doesn't fill up a Mark 1 mine, Mark 1 belt quite yet. But instead of getting 2 for each of the blobs that come out, I get 4. So that's pretty good. Much better. So I'm going to run up here. I need to collect 250 of these iron plates. Need to go get some rods. Need to go get some concrete. And we can go ahead and build the space elevator and get it started with parts. We can also grab some rotors and grab some screws and rods and make some rotors so we can finish that milestone and move on. And once we do that, we can start making the smart plating. So we'll need to figure out how and where we're going to build that smart plating. Alrighty. There's a path there leading toward the purple forest. Not the pink one. They're 2 different biomes. Okay. Oh, yeah, the purple forest is down. There's a path going to it over there. Yeah, Robert doesn't know that forest as well. But yeah, I know what one you're talking about now. Yeah, I've only gone through there. I've never actually built anything in there. I don't even think I've actually used any of the mines that are in there. Alrighty. Well, see here, the 2 per is still there, but I'm getting a good number. Okay, so let's collect. Okay, we got that taken care of. Let's go get rods. Then let's go get concrete, and let's go build us a space elevator. By the way, here's an crude oil in the middle of the place here. Okay, let's see. There are rods right here. And we need 400. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we're going to start building a regular factory here pretty soon. The challenge is we're going to have a lot of modular locations because everything is so spread out here, with all kinds of different mines here and there. Hydriad, okay, says, "Hey Doc, I hope you're doing well. Any tips for managing a very large but simple production lines? I have 3 by 1200 per minute copper ore. Going into pure ingot refineries, so 9,000 per minute output. Wow. The biggest thing about managing a very large production line is just keeping the product lines full. Looks like you've done a great job at getting 9,000 per minute output. That's pretty incredible. Where am I going? I'm going over to see the home base over here, and you know, it gets harder as you go on to keep those production lines full, especially after you take from a production line to go to here or go to there. If you've got that much copper ingots, I'd be making as much copper wire, copper sheet as you possibly can. Because you're going to need it if you want to do a lot of pipes, and wire goes into a lot of other things, especially cable if you're stringing a lot of power lines. So this is not what I was going to do. No. So I do want to build my space elevator on a platform. So we are going to build our platform here, and we're going to start building a real factory. So let's go out here Let's go to foundations here. And okay, good. It's raised up a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and put it on Zoop. Let's put it on Zoop now. Okay, let's... All right. Are the dogs happier now?
Much. It is very windy out there.
Yeah, we said it was going to be real stormy today.
Who said?
And your hair shows it.
Yeah.
We should get you on camera.
No.
That looks great.
His
hair is just...
The hose is dead. It had just a couple pin pricks in it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Now there's a strip that's like 3 inches long that's just...
Oh dear.
I'm getting very little water pressure at the end. So.
Okay, well I've got a second black hose. It's around the back of the house where the pump was taking it out of the house.
Okay.
And so it's right just outside that window.
So you can make that swap?
Well, one of us can make that swap.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Because, yeah, it's the green one that's dead. The black one's fine. The heavier duty black one's fine.
Yeah, the black ones are the nice ones, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And they drank like they'd never experienced water before.
Wow. They were thirsty creatures.
Very thirsty pups. Okay.
I'm building my first platform, Robert.
Huzzah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Chroma asked that Utah trip, was it during President's Day weekend a few years ago?
Gosh. Probably not, but...
It was about a decade ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. Christy's been...
Yeah. About a decade.
Yeah.
That, we age the kids, right?
Yeah, I mean, she didn't even have... I think that her littlest one was just an infant.
Yeah.
And all her kids are over 18 now.
What? Andrew isn't.
Oh, well, he's only like a week or two away from his birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't that awful?
he has to be right in mortality right there. Oh.
Yep. Turn off the stupid rain. Uh-oh. What? Wait a minute. If you can't do construction, what can you do?
You can go gathering.
Mark, you are sinister. Sinister. Pardon?
Look at that timer.
Yes, I love it. And see, Mark will know for certain that he is being taken care of. Now, wait a minute. Did it go to 9:30 the minute you posted it?
Yeah.
So you got to figure out where that delta is coming from.
Yep, I'll check it.
Okay.
It might be relying like on system time or something.
Okay. Or something.
Rizman 504 says, howdy da.
Hi. Plenty of cable. All right. I cannot construct anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly the problem. It's relying on system time.
Okay, so... Oh. So the seconds... If we put the clock with seconds, it would match the seconds there?
Yeah.
Oh,
So what we need to do is we just need to get both computers to update. Windows should be updating every day, but I'll have Garrett update this in his PC.
okay.
So, okay, cool. So, how much have you kept up with chat? What's going?
I've kept up with a bit of it.
Okay.
Hydrad, just before Mark's 5-pound donation, responded to my talk to him.
Okay, cool.
Oh, Eddie, said I got to keep the fog on, or I'm afraid my poor Steam Deck would melt. Interesting comment.
Yeah.
Interesting comment.
The fog does a lot to hide it not rendering really far away.
Yep.
Yeah, Doc, I think you need to go look for merchant traders. Maybe you can even head towards the cave to get you those blade runners.
The Doggo Cave, that's a long ways away. Don't you think?
Yeah. It is, but you have time because I was wrong. You donated £5.
Okay. And 5 pounds is what? As far as time goes?
I'm just checking. It's around $6, which is 30 minutes. So.
Oh.
So we'll just do a +10 and see if that works. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. That's plenty of time to go and harvest, and luckily all your machines will be, working that whole time.
Yeah, they'll be working all that time, yes. Definitely.
Doing all right, Doc?
No, I'm not doing all right.
Just because of torture?
Yep, just because of the torture. And all Robert can do is just laugh.
Yep.
He enjoys it. I think there is a wreck.
Beavery says, I find the game looks much uglier without the fog. I have a 4070 Super and would never turn off the fog.
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of mixed on it.
I turn off the fog when I need to see. Otherwise, I just leave it on. So...
Yeah, I'm kind of mixed on fog. I understand why they do that. It helps a lot with atmosphere, but sometimes I just want to see the thing. The Hugs says, oh, I love the carpeting in your hub. Very chic.
Uh-huh. My shag carpeting.
Yes. Yes, green shag carpet. Oh, Doc.
Yeah.
And,
And,
hostile creatures.
and what?
Hostile creatures.
Where? Who? When?
Mark, for you.
I was kind of counting on Mark being out of budget. Make it nighttime and hostile creatures. Oh, okay. Hostile creatures with only one of those. Okay.
We can't do nighttime, actually.
That's right, we can't in this one. So choose something else for that one.
You're right, Beavery. You guys can't hear me. I'm sorry. I come back here completely forget my little foot pedal. My apologies. I'm here. As you guys couldn't tell, obviously.
That's why you're so small.
Small.
Uh-oh. James Hughes was hostile creatures.
Oh, you're right.
I looked at the pounds and thought, okay, sorry. Another fellow Brit there. Okay. Is it gameplay? Yes. So we put it on default. Okay. 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 And apply it. And run away.
No. This program, by this whole janky program thing here is made by ChatGPT, so it's very janky. So at the moment, changing names has to happen one character at a time, and I might at any time accidentally overwrite the whole name.
All right. So far, so good. Trying to figure out where. What is that?
Mark calls it a British invasion.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be what it is.
You did put creatures on hostile, correct?
I did.
Okay.
You're not supposed to watch out for them. You're supposed to watch out for me or my editor.
Yeah. Ochroma types hashtag ban Robbie for using AI.
All right, Zyper CS0 subscribed to Tier 1. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Oh, you are disarmed. You are disarmed for 30 minutes.
What? Wait a minute. You can't tell me to do hostile creatures and then say I don't have weapons.
I will note that he didn't say that. Somebody else made creatures hostile.
All right. I'm safe up here.
Very nice. Very nice. Well done.
I have nothing in my hands. Well, I better put food in my hands at least.
There you go, to keep yourself alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Chroma says, the redcoats are coming. The redcoats are coming.
Yeah. Oof. That's a flashback.
You aren't that old.
Nope. Flashback to history is what I was referring to.
Ah.
I'm not seeing any mines up here either.
The Hug says, you need to buy a coffee mug to hold in your hand.
Okay. I need to buy a Gaming with Doc coffee mug to hold in my hand.
Yeah, speaking of, Doc.
Yes? Oh, look at the...
We keep on talking about putting in that order, and it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, we do. Talk is cheap. I guess. Right?
Yeah. Lexi says, Doc, I have to say I feel sorry for your pain today.
Well, that's nice of somebody to empathize with me. Well, I can't do anything about this.
Eddie Ember also donated. No running.
Okay. So that means that I might as well just roll over and play dead. I can't run. I can't fight. Okay.
Perfect. There we go. Well done, Eddie.
So I can't construct. I have to have hostile creatures. I can't use weapons. And now I can't run.
But you could still go for the Blade Runners. I think that's just the best use of your time right now. Castay says, why do y'all want to stress him like that?
Yeah. Who said that?
Castay over on YouTube.
Thank you. Somebody has empathy for me. So I'm trying to collect wood. I think I can go make a chainsaw now. I can make solid biofuel. I have solid biofuel in my bags. So obviously I can do that.
And he says, "Sorry, couldn't help myself. Plus, it's the least I could do for all the helpful shorts you put out."
I appreciate it. I actually do.
Peebury says, "How large of a donation day have you close your eyes and enter deep meditative sleep for the next 30 minutes?"
I don't think that would be very entertaining, do you? I almost started running, sorry.
That happens about every afternoon around 4 p.m. or so.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. I can't run.
Unfortunately, right now at Chroma, we're not being able to get Doc to show up on multiplayer at all, which has been rather disappointing because I was going to join him for, actually help out, actually be kind. But for some reason, multiplayer is not functioning at the moment.
Ouch.
But Flexible Knot was pointing out the fact that even with arachnophobia mode, the spiders in this game are just too creepy.
And here's a helium geyser or whatever it is.
Super useful for late game.
Yeah.
Chroma says, "Liar, you wanted to kill him." I will admit that I enjoy murdering dogs.
Oh, one comment that was made while you were out was that when they had success playing multiplayer, they were playing a save. There was a multiplayer save from the 1.1. And that might have been what helped them be successful.
Interesting. We might have to try that out sometime.
Yeah. There's some equipment, not a wreck. Well, I'm getting, propelled forward anyway.
Lexi says, "Well, Doc, look at it this way. At least no one paid to have Robert hunt you down and kill you."
That's right. Nobody is paid for that.
And unfortunately, we'd have to reject that today because it's not working.
Well, here's another plate plant. Interesting.
Okay.
Another place that I put something to do plates.
And you promptly lost it.
Forgot about it. Yeah. It's so spread out. Oh, it's still working.
Beebury says, "Doctor, I'm on a run right now. How do I prevent shin splints? Heal me."
Well, that must be running in real life rather than running in the game. Good, they didn't follow me over the cliff. All right.
Oh, Chroma, we could do some testing off stream at some point. I unfortunately don't have all that much play time unless we're live on stream these days.
Okay. I can start constructing in 13 minutes. I can turn off hostile creatures in 8 minutes.
You can make it to the cave in about 13.
Yeah.
And once you get the, and you'll then be able to
Walking?
construct.
Walking, you think I can make it to the cave?
Sure. Let's give it a shot.
No, let's not.
You just don't want Blade Runners. That's fine. If I can ever log in, I'll get them for you, but...
Yeah, I wish you could log in. a lot more fun with friends. And
Definitely.
speaking of friends, Ping Players is our server of choice. If you ever want to play with friends, go get your server from Ping Players because they do a great job. And that's not just a promo. That's the actual experience we've had. As their service has been good, their product has been good, their uptime is great. So.
And if you want 35% off, use the code DOC35, and we have a little QR code up on the screen for you. Oh, thanks, Mark.
I can't
no
construct
construction. Yeah, and Mark just extended it for another 30 minutes. I think he wants you to have some time to, you know.
So go ahead and
explore.
add it to the no construction.
There we go.
Oh dear. Oh, yuck.
Eddie says, okay, karma hit me. I just dropped my inventory in an irradiated place.
Oops. Get your radiation suit on. Okay. Obviously, I've got more plate being made there. I need to come back here and get that plate intersecting with that belt down there. And I might actually have some decent plate production at that point. But I'm going to have to use transportation as soon as I get it. As soon as I get it online. So. Oh, this is painfully slow. I mean, it's bad enough not having Blade Runners.
And then not running on top of that?
Yeah, exactly. Not sprinting on top of that, yes.
I can tell you're slowing down to kind of match the pace. You sound a little tired, a little bit calmer. About ready to do that 30-minute meditation.
Uh-huh, you're right, uh-huh.
The problem is Doc doesn't do 30-minute meditations. He does more like 2 to 3 hour meditation sessions.
Yes, uh-huh. Yep, I take long naps.
Castade says, I'm going to play the devil's advocate for Doc. In my client's defense, spawning stuff isn't technically constructing.
Spawning stuff?
I think that's still building.
Spawning? How do I spawn things?
I think he's just saying building with a build gun, but calling it spawning instead.
Ah. More limestone.
The Hug says, sprinting thing is crazy. No sprinting is crazy. Crouch jumping is the only way I move across the map. Oh, dang it. You don't have trucks unlocked. You could have just used trucks instead.
For what?
For traveling when you can't run.
Yeah, that's true. If I would have had explorers by chance. Unauthorized hostile.
Oh, going in caves right now, Doc.
Okay, what's hitting me? Is there a spider in here or something?
Probably. Arco says, biofuel is probably the worst and the most boring stage in the whole Satisfactory world.
Uh-huh. Yep.
The D-Man says, good day all in Doc. I just got done watching a Doc YouTube short on manifold math, and I was like, oh, I need to see if Doc is streaming.
Cool.
And it is.
All right. The spider followed me out of the cave. Can you believe that?
Wow. How rude. Chroma says, I keep trying to say you can get explorers now.
I can get explorers.
Yeah, probably man research, although getting all the materials to build one's gonna be rough.
He's still with me.
Mark says he's a boomer and aging well, but his legs are failing him, especially in this game.
Oh.
Yeah, Doc, you gotta keep up with this.
Gotta keep what?
So where are you gonna be wandering for the next half hour?
Anywhere that I can find food.
You can always wander west to the shore and then wander north.
Okay, I'll wander west.
I'm just gonna bully you into doing what I want. How about that?
That sounds like you.
Okay. I mean, he's not wrong, guys. Doc is much too kind to say no. Chroma says he also got geothermal generators really early through that.
Okay.
And that might be a good option, although I have to say power is going to be the only thing that will be easy in this playthrough is going to be power.
Yeah, that stupid spider is still following me. Stinger, they call them, I guess.
So midway through this stream, a little bit of an update, Doc, on this little shoe I printed for the mute. It's no good. Doesn't help at all.
Oops. Okay. Redesign.
Yep. The angle I gave it is the same angle my foot is already at, so it's not relieving anything. I need to lift my heel.
Okay.
Doc bought these really nice Rolls branded mic mutes, but they're, you know, about 2 inches tall, and so when I'm here on stream for hours on end with my foot cocked up in order to hit it while I'm sitting in a chair, it just hurts my heel a little bit. So I'm 3D printing a little shoe to go over it.
Got an oil repository here, and coal, and copper, and bauxite, all in a row. Very random. And now I not only have the spider chasing me, but I have hogs chasing me.
Oh no. I mean, jumping off cliffs will get them to leave you alone, but...
How about if I just jump off this cliff?
That one looks a little hazardous to your health, Doc.
Maybe a lot hazardous to my health? And there's more oil.
You sound so depressed, Doc.
I'm just... This cannot be possibly entertaining for everyone. I mean... Can I get the hogs to accidentally fall in the vat of oil, kind of like the tar pits, the Abrea tar pits?
There you go. Don't think it'll do anything to them, but you know. Chroma says I should put a Satisfactory for Idiots book under my heel. That would work.
A what?
Satisfactory for Idiots book.
Oh. Okay. Go do some showcase while the time goes down. They won't let me do that. They keep stopping the timer when I do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, timers don't count while you're not playing the game. Come on now.
I get the feeling they've left me alone.
I will note that stream's only going for another hour. Somehow we've already made it through almost 3 hours of play. So
Okay.
any more increase of any of these will pretty much run until the end of the stream. So
Okay. I think they've stopped bugging me for the moment. Finally I outran the spider. As long as I don't find another hog, I might be in good shape. As long as I don't find a spitter. Ow.
oh, nice. Getting Mercer Spheres is always a good bonus.
Yep. Then I jump off the cliff to get rid of the spitter.
Yep, gotta exploit those AI mechanics.
Yep. Try to stay far enough away from the stingers there to... Are those are stingers. What do they call the spider thingies? In real life?
I don't know.
Or the real in-game name for them? So what did you
Stingers?
want me to do on the west coast?
Doggo Cave.
Okay. Well, there's a Mercer Sphere again at the top of that thing that I don't think I can get to.
Well, Mark just extended no construction till for another half hour.
So I won't be able to construct anything the whole rest of the stream?
Yep, no more building for the rest of the stream. You're on an exploration game now.
Okay.
But luckily, hostile creatures goes away in 5 minutes.
Good. And how long does disarmed and no running?
Disarmed is 8, no running is 10. How about that? Isn't keeping track of that nice?
Yes. It is. That way I can know when you're cheating.
I would never.
Yeah, I've asked, how much time do I have on this? Well, wait a minute. 5 minutes ago I had only 4 minutes. And you say I've still got 10 more minutes left? I don't think I can get up there.
I will claim that that's mostly Garrett intentionally messing with you. I don't think that was ever me. I've never done that.
Okay.
I have messed with your timers a couple times, but it's always a tell you immediately afterwards. The rest of the time, it's just been mistakes. I state things wrong at some point or whatever.
Oh. Looks like I've got another oil thing over here somewhere. I saw it coming up to it, but okay, can't see it now. There it is.
Chroma wants to send a paddle to you to use on me.
Yeah, that's interesting. Look at, we got grass coming up in the middle of the oil.
That's pretty silly. Eddie says, hunting might be a valid strategy, taking advantage of coupons to get more advanced components rather than dealing with the double construction costs.
Yeah. I have not come across a single wreck yet.
You gotta go high up for most wrecks.
Well, I'm definitely going higher. Oh dear, found another hog. Oh, fine, I'll just jump to my death.
You would never. Make sure you heal up.
And there's a Mercer sphere ahead of me.
Shano asks, are there ways to reduce timers for stuff? Unfortunately, if these are all donated timers, and in the future I'll update it so it tells you whether they're for bits or donations. Donations can be reduced by other donations. And all these are donated times, and it's $2 US for 10 minutes. So the hog is a fluff tail, the spiders are stingers, and the fiery ones are called spitters.
Okay. Doesn't look like I can get up there to get that Mercer sphere. Doesn't look like this one gives me a jumping puzzle to work.
Correct, Chroma. Let the Man Work only works on bits timers. You've spent not bits, sorry, points timers. One Metalfest says, Doc, you're going the wrong way. You had 2 crash sites close to your base, one near the small lake and one on the floating islands. Now if you head towards the waterfalls, there's one on the waterfall itself and another on a nearby mountain.
Okay.
Well, you have the doggo cave. You're getting pretty darn close to it, so.
But I can't construct the conveyor to get up to it.
Nope, you got to do it the hard way.
So what's the value? Oh my. Reduce construction. Let you have some fun today.
Hey, awesome.
Okay. Did that wipe out? How much of that does that wipe out?
Let me see. I'll have to do some math on that.
I'm running out of food.
That's going to reduce it with, reduce it by 40 minutes.
Okay. First off, that'll give me 2. By 40 minutes, so you reduced it? So hostile creatures is almost done. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die before I get hostile creatures turned off.
If you have berries, eat those first. They're worth more.
I don't think I have berries. I've got a couple, maybe.
Arco says, Doc, I just started phase 5 and I finally automated nuclear pasta. Did you hit apply?
Obviously not. Passive.
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't hit apply. Interesting.
Well, even on passive, those little bugs will blow up on you.
Go. Wait a minute.
No! No! Was it because he was already aggroed on you?
Maybe, or it could be that it still said it, but I didn't hit apply. After all that work getting there. Okay. So. Wow. What?
What's going on?
Okay, my to-do list over there says I've got nothing in my inventory. My inventory says I've still got it in my inventory.
Oh, interesting. You're right. The space elevator says 0 iron rods, but you have plenty.
Uh-huh.
Huh. Okay. Bug.
That deserves a screenshot.
Arco says it was because their AI was still aggressive. Yeah, I think they'd already aggroed on you and weren't. Yeah.
Yep.
Dang.
Okay, so, and I only had one barrel nut left. I had 5 of these, but only one barrel nut. Okay, so, 1891, 585, 555. Where is it getting those numbers from? Now it's saying I have everything.
Iron plate is correct. 555.
It just, yeah, it just went all check marks.
Huh. Took a while.
Yeah, it did take a while.
And disarmed has disappeared.
Okay.
Karma would like you to check your settings again.
Okay. Okay, passive. Keep everything.
Yep, it says passive. Yeah, I think the theory that that Arco and the Hugs says is correct.
Yeah, they'd already aggroed and they weren't going to give it up. So yeah, I had already told them to attack.
Yeah, I think that's the correct answer there.
Yep. So wood goes in here.
All good, Chroma. I don't think he actually hit accept at all. I think he changed it and left the screen. And apparently it auto-saves.
Although at one point it did say you have settings that haven't been saved yet. So yeah, it was a weird sequence and I was hurrying through it, so
Yep.
that didn't help either.
Mark says, you died, Doc. Maybe it's a reset the timers if you die.
Let's not. How about that idea?
He says, I'm trying to get to the #1 spot on Doc's naughty list permanently. He's doing a good
You're
job.
definitely well on your way, that's for sure. Okay. Oh, my little platform here. I wish I could continue you. You need more love than this, but, you know.
No running is expiring.
Oh, that's good.
You can run again. Yay.
Okay, all that's left is 9 minutes of no construction. And I've got all this stuff to build the space elevator now. I just need to make a line for rotors at this point. Do I have anything here? I haven't done any of those yet. And I haven't killed any of that yet. Had plenty of opportunity, but didn't. Okay. Yeah, I think I've done all that I can do here.
Interesting. Arco says you moved the berry in your inventory, and that caused a recheck of the inventory, which then updated the to-do list.
Interesting. Okay.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I'm going to put these berries over in my inventory. I've got one in my hand, so I've got to put it in my hand.
Go for it, Achroma.
What was Achroma going to do?
He's going to show me something on the Discord. A bug he's seeing.
Okay. So yeah, the barrel nuts were only healing me a half of a block. The berries were healing me a whole block, and I do know that you eat the oh gosh. Okay. Flora and fauna only. I have two crash sites close to my base. Okay, one near the small lake and one on the floating islands. Head toward the waterfalls. Okay. Okay, is he... One Metal Fist, are you talking about the small lake that's just up to the right here? What small lake would that be? So if I pull this over here, and I am right in here, the one small lake I have is there or there, and I don't see a wreck on either place. I could go almost due south, see if I can get to this one, but it's an altitude of 48 meters down, minus 48. So it's on this little island area down there. Should I go there? Doesn't say. It needs copper sheet. Unless there's copper sheet laying around, I won't be able to do it. But wait a minute.
That one west of you is easy to get to.
This one here?
Yeah. It's on a bluff, but you can walk around to get to that.
Okay. That's the one I was trying to find the a little bit ago. So let's see if I can...
And Akroma mentions that, yeah, there's some copper sheet there in that location that you're looking at. So.
Okay. All right. Okay, we got a flora and fauna only deal to handle here too.
Okay, I'm going to pop over to show you the thing from Akroma. He found a bug in 1.2.
Okay. What?
How about that?
Is that a bug or is that a new way emerging?
No, that's got to be a bug, right? That's got to be a bug. The question is what happens when you build it?
Yeah, did you build it? Was it successful building?
And did any product go on this new conveyor? Sorry. I should send you back before I do that.
Yeah, playing Minecraft while you're supporting the server, the game. Gosh.
Chrome says, no, not going to try that one.
Okay, so there's the little lake. I need to put the... I did it again. I keep on...
James Hughes has donated once again.
Oh.
Hostile creatures, drop inventory. And this time it just didn't show his name. Gosh darn it.
Boy, they're making it difficult on me today, aren't they? Okay. I guess I'm... options, gameplay, we're going back to default again here. And I'm supposed to do flora and fauna only.
And inventory to drop everything. There you go. You're welcome. Mark says, you think this is bad? Wait till May. Because Mark said so. Mark 2 will be out, and Doc will have issues.
Okay. Because 2026 said so. Mark 2 will be out. Mark 2, as in
Version
Mark?
2.
Version 2?
Doc, can you scan for iron real quick?
Why?
Because one Metal Fist thinks there's one pretty close to your current location.
Yeah, looks like there is.
Okay, cool.
I'll go around the lake, and I'm just going and dropping off inventory first.
Okay.
Because after all, okay, I don't care about those. I think it's really, really weird that you can't make a container on the hub anywhere. You just
Personal storage boxes?
Yeah, you can't put any personal storage boxes on the hub.
I'm sure you could nudge them there, but yeah, that is a little odd.
And look at it. Oh, it wants to bury under the hub there. That's weird. So let's see.
Argo says, I just sunk 508 million capsules with a Mark 6 belt. It was so satisfying.
How many capsules?
500. I'm sure that gave him a few points.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Okay, I want to drop basically I want to drop everything except the food. Well, I'll just store everything and bring that back.
Chroma also showed a picture of an oil patch that was, from the random nodes, a uranium or an oil patch that was using the texture of a uranium node. So it was oil, but it was all green.
Interesting. Obviously a bug to be fixed.
Yep.
Okay, hostile creatures, no inventory. That's 25 minutes worth I gotta survive. Okay. And so over here was that iron node. Yeah, right there.
Arco says he got 80 tickets. Or coupons.
Wow, that's good. There it is. Kind of in this divot down here. Okay. Can't build on it because I don't have anything in my inventory to build with.
Leon says, hey Doc, hey chat, hey Doc's team.
Hi.
Do you think it's worth sinking chainsaws in the early game, since they're quite affordable, unlocked early, and have good sync value?
They do have good sync value?
I mean, they're a manual craft, but
Yeah.
you gotta look that up.
Yeah, exactly. Never even thought of that. I'm going to see if there's more iron in this area. There's that one, of course. and then a bunch over 3 over this direction. Okay. And it looked, oh, and I just passed right by a slug. See, now keep inventory is pretty critical.
Yeah, just don't die, you know? You'll be good, just don't die.
Yeah, just don't die. Look at that hog over there wanting to get at me really bad. Okay, the whole reason I came over here is because it's, okay, there's copper, there's iron, and there's 2 more over there. Yep, up there, and over there, and over here.
Nice.
Bunches of them.
It feels almost like this should be your base.
Almost, yes.
Arco asks, Doc, when do you think 1.2 will fully release?
The only thing they've told us is toward the end of summer. So I'm not at all sure of the actual date. Okay. Obviously, I'm not going to go back up that direction. And there's more sulfur I could grab. As long as I don't get found by another creature. You know, I was really hoping when I was in Michigan that I'd see an aurora, but the weather was just always overcast. But they're far enough north. They're right, you know, basically right next to the Canadian border up there. But it was so overcast, there was no way to see any of the aurora that might have been there. But I'm hoping that'll be different this time. Maybe they'll have some good weather. Maybe it'll get above 40. How about that?
Up in Michigan?
Yeah.
Oof, hopefully.
That would be nice. Oh, look at all the stuff I've collected.
So Four Seasons mentions that summer doesn't end till the, August 31st. So D-Man says, I'd love to have 1.2 in June, but most likely September. I mean, who knows? I haven't heard them talking. I haven't been watching their weekly live streams, but at least back when 1.0 came out, they were saying they want to have 2 releases a year. And if they're waiting till September or so to hit the paid update, or the free update, they won't have any time this year for a paid update, unless they're intentionally targeting like December, right? So who knows? Maybe the schedules have slipped and there is going to be no paid thing this year. But I want a bigger update. Trucks are great. The outhouse is nice.
The outhouse.
Everything else
the
is just
spawn,
perfect.
Robert.
Yeah. This feels like much more of a bug fix plus a little bit of salt on top, I want to see
a little bit of spice, huh?
Yeah, a little bit of spice. Like 1.1. I want a 1.1 size update. 1.1 was amazing. I loved 1.1.
Yep.
And 1.1 was obviously them.
Look at him go. Woohoo!
Wow.
He is really trucking.
1.1 seemed to obviously be all the features they were trying to get in 1.0 and it couldn't fit. That's what it felt like to me. But that's the size of update I'd love to see.
Uh-huh. Yeah, me too. But that's not what we got.
Zero Wolf is correct. They're porta potties, not outhouses. Much better.
Yeah, that's right. It had a flush toilet in it. That's the difference.
Ah.
You know, I ought to just throw down. I ought to go back and I ought to make a. You know, I've got plenty of power. So I don't need to collect a bunch more stuff. So where is a wreck from here? Remember?
Okay, so One Metal Fist sent me a screen cap of the wreck they were talking about that requires power but nothing else.
Okay.
I'll bring it up on my screen. There you go, Doc. It's up on the screen.
Okay. That one there? Yeah. Okay. So
It requires 40 megawatts.
40 megawatts. That means two power biofuel power plants.
We'll see how much. I mean, is the power requirement of that reduced?
Power requirement of that.
I mean, everything's half, right?
Yeah. So this one here is the one that's being talked about. That requires only power. And it's right on the edge of a bit of a little lake.
That's not the one we were seeing.
Okay.
Have you already done one? Or is that the one we were seeing? Oh, yeah, that is the one.
Okay, so it's just up the hill where I have these, up the hill and across that meadow.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm currently over there. Should I go check this one out? I mean, it looks like it's on a... You said that this one was easy to get to because you could climb up here.
I thought it was. Maybe I'm wrong. By this map, it looks like I was wrong.
Looks like you can get under there and over. Okay, so do I spend my time going and looking at that, or just...
Yeah, go ahead and grab it.
Go ahead and see if I can get there? So I'm going to go northwest.
Beavery says, I bought out the whole awesome shop before unlocking oil by rushing smart splitters, putting storage overflow for every item into the sink. Also, I'm back to my run now. My shins still hurt, Doc. What the heck?
Oh dear. I'm sorry to hear that.
Then Beavery asks, do they often get the Aurora in Michigan? I'm in southern Canada and have seen it once my entire life.
Oh. Yeah, they usually get it that low. Okay, so this is that rock. And where it looked like I could get to it, looks like it's just up at the end of this here. So we'll see really quickly if that's the case.
Chroma claims it's not easy to get to, so...
Okay. Well, I'm at the edge of the cliff, and I'm looking at the top of a tree here. Yeah. So this is not where it is. It must be up there.
Okay.
So we're not getting to that right away. Okay. I do need to get enough stuff to make a power plant if that's the only thing that requires. So I'll run back. I will put a 2 biofuel plants in my to-do list over on the right and make sure I have enough for that. So far I've been lucky enough not to encounter any hostile creatures. Lucky, lucky me.
Yeah, but you can fight back now.
Yeah, right.
What's the sarcasm?
Well, yeah, fight.
You can.
Yeah, I can fight back.
Let's be optimistic about your chances of death. Optimistic.
Optimistic, huh?
Lexi says, Doc, what do you think of a Community 1.2 game where you have 100x space elevator parts, have all pure random nodes, and a tier and each tier of machines and belts are unlocked from the start?
Each tier of machines and belts.
I think I'd have to unlock all the tiers of logistics. So you have Mark 6 belts in the beginning, but you wouldn't have resources for it.
Yeah, that's true. You wouldn't. Okay, I'm going to go over here. No, I'm going to go over here. And production. And no, I need power. Here, I'm going to add 2 of those. And for a biomass burner, 2 biomass burners, I need... Oh, well... Edit to-do list. I need to take the space elevator off of there for the moment. And so I need to get 30 iron plate. No iron plate in there. Rods, wire. Okay, go to this one. There's wire. There's rods. And plate. Okay.
Arco asks, are portals worth it? It's my first time at Phase 5.
Oh gosh, they're so fun. Are they worth it? It's tough to keep them. I mean, you've got to get those singularity cells, singularity thingies made so that you keep them running. They only use 1 every 2 minutes, but in order to keep the main portal up and running so that the satellite portal can get to it, you need to keep running those into it. So if you've got a production line that makes the singularity cells, that's it. The singularity cells, yeah, go for it, because they are incredibly useful. I found them really, really useful. So, yeah, go for it. Okay. There's no lake there. I should be pretty close. All right. Maybe this map has... Nope. Anybody want to guide me to where this little lake is?
Well, press M and open map.
Press your button to talk. I pressed M to look at the map, and I'm not seeing any. Is that the little lake there?
Okay, can you zoom in a little bit, please?
Does that look like the little lake that we're trying to get to? So I need to make a right turn.
No. Just go straight forward. There's 2 lakes. There's
and
that
I
one.
see the wreck. I see the wreck smoking.
There we go. So, by the way, Doc, how about those memory prices?
Yeah, fighting them. You gotta be kidding me.
You got it. That's what you call face tanking.
Face tanking?
Yep. Instead of trying to avoid the creature, you just, I have a pool of health, I'll use it. And allow them to smash you and then hit them back.
Okay. There was a second one down there. Now he's running away from me. I did it. Too bad you just can't pick up power on the side of the road, you know.
There you go.
You've got to build a power
or
plant.
Leon says, DevMan gave me a full health bar, so I'm going to use it.
Okay. Yep, that's kind of the way it is. I think I've got everything around here. Let's go ahead and build a couple power plants, a couple biomass burners. One there, and all I have to do is have some biomass to put in it, right? So I've got wood and, okay, good. Got wood that I can put in one, And I've got leaves I can put in another. And they'll burn for a little bit. I bet you don't have enough for a power pole. I do. Well, that's surprising. Do I have enough for a... I even have enough for a power line. I didn't even think of that.
Mark says, "Duck up the hog." Does that mean we get a roast with applesauce on the sandwiches?
Sure. I got my first hard drive of the game. Yay. Now Ada's going to tell me to save
Damaged
the...
hard drive successfully acquired.
Why is the
All
sound not
pioneers
on?
are contractually obliged to preserve and secure any recovered hard drives for analysis in
Have
lab,
you guys not
which
been
may
hearing
result
the
in
sound?
benefits to the Fix-It mission. Speculation as to why
No,
there are
sound's on.
crashed freighters in your
Okay.
Fix-It designated zone.
You
is
did turn
discouraged
Ada
as
off on your other
specified in
playthrough.
contract.
Yeah, I did. But her text is appearing on the screen. So, that's fine. Okay, got that one. What's next?
D-Man redeemed a scan a hard drive.
I can't... yeah, I can do a MAM, can't I?
Heck yeah.
Okay, let's go scan the hard drive. Do you buy the ability to make Blade Runners in the MAM?
That sounds right. So, Arco, he asked if Doc likes nuclear power or fuel. I will direct you to the last Doc University video we made just a couple weeks ago, there on YouTube. It is directly a discussion of nuclear power versus fuel. However, in that video, Doc did not give his personal opinion. So I'm sure Doc will give it to you now.
I like the challenge of making nuclear. But in the last playthrough, that Cuz Mark Said So playthrough, that I just finished, Phase 5, I went all the way through Phase 5 without having to do nuclear. Now, it was dicey. I was right at the edge, and I was wondering if I'd actually make it or not. But I did. I did make it. So it's a matter of, do you want to do it or not? You could, and I only had fuel-based power plants. I didn't upgrade to turbo fuel. I did not upgrade to rocket fuel. I didn't work on extending the fuel-based power in any way. I just used what was there, and then made mostly plastic and a little bit of rubber out of it. Other than that, I just used whatever fuel there was and did it. So I obviously proved to myself anyway. I didn't think I would be able to do that. Proved to myself that you could get all the way there without going nuclear. But if you want to continue building after or build a bigger factory, I don't see any way to avoid either upgrading all of your fuel-based power plants to turbo and then to rocket fuel, at least, maybe ionized fuel if you get synthetic power shards. I don't see any way to avoid upgrading to that level without going nuclear, unless you go nuclear. So you're going to have to do one or the other if you're going to build huge factories. So yeah, and D-Man says went all the way to Phase 5, did the same in pre 1.0. So yeah, we never did a nuclear power plant until Phase 1, until 1.0 either. So I can construct now, can't I? But I'm supposed to do flora and fauna only for the next 22 seconds. There's some more biofuel. So the gaming doc with Doc, we are PL ...
That's the pinned message talking about what the rules are for this world.
We are playing, it says something. So if somebody wants to see it, they just hit the ellipse.
James Hughes says, I really want a full tutorial on doing nuclear power and handling the byproducts. I'm seriously worried about going nuclear. I currently run off massive turbo fuel power plants.
Well, there seems to be more and more demand for nuclear. We're getting more and more questions on nuclear now that our new cohort of people have been advancing with the consoles. So, Robert, we might consider, a womb to tomb minimum power plant just to show everybody what it takes.
Yeah. Well, Doc, the flora fauna timer is gone. You may now build. You may do anything. You just stay on hostile for another couple minutes.
Okay. Which means that I can go ahead. I don't have to. Oh, drop inventory. Okay. Drop inventory is still there. Okay, I got 33 rotors there. Okay, I am. What do I need to make rotors? When I click rotors here, what does it need? It needs screws. Screws and screws and rods. I believe I have a repository of rods over here. All this time the little factories I've got here and there and everywhere have been chugging away, so hopefully I will have enough screws to make a few rotors and get done with jump pads, and then all I have to worry about is space elevator and getting the space elevator parts for it. And so we'll work on getting that. Then tier 3 we can get trucks, and trucks are gonna be, transport is gonna be really important this time because of the widespread nature, how spread out I am, and there's nothing in there.
No.
Well, because I wanted to focus on making rods, because the only other thing I was doing was I was needing rods, put it that way.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we'll get that making screws again. See, I've got to identify where all of what all these things are doing. Get them labeled. Put a truck station next to them. Label the truck station, and start getting routes done. I've nursed this thing the entire game. I've obviously been very busy.
Running for your life for the most part.
For the most part, yes. Okay, so this is that is now running. We don't have something just making screws. We had something making screws. Over here.
We do have a university question for you.
We do. I guess I've got no timers left.
Yeah, you can play like normal to your heart's content.
Yes.
Go back to the standard torture of double crafting cost.
Yes. Okay, and apply and confirm and resume.
Let's take you to the university.
Alrighty, I'm just gonna. Alrighty, we have a question from Mohit Gupta. Hey, I burned out after phase 2 completion. I want to play, but it lost its spark. How do I get it back? Well, there are a lot of different aspects of playing Satisfactory. A lot of times when I get burned out or you tend to get burned out because of a challenge that you don't quite really know how to get accomplished. So the frustration sets in and burnout will set in. I would go exploring. I would go find nodes, I would put up a MAM and make sure that you've explored everything that you can get out of the MAM. If you were after phase 2, you can use the sync, and because the sync comes in tier 2, isn't it? The sync is in tier 2. So I would start syncing things and going to the Awesome Shop to buy things there. The game gets a lot easier if you can use the MAM and you can buy things in the Awesome Shop. Alternate recipes. Some of the alternate recipes are in the Awesome Shop. Some of the equipment and things that make life much easier, much nicer, like windows, come in the Awesome Shop. So getting those both working for you as well. And if none of that really works for you, then go play another game for a while. Come back to it, you'll with fresh eyes, and it might just be a whole lot easier when you come back to it. So those are the kind of the two alternatives. Vary your gameplay in Satisfactory, or go play something else and come back to it. And I find that when I come back to it, I go, that's how you do that. All of a sudden, my mind works on things while I'm away from it, and find when I come back, it's not as big as I thought it was when I left the game. So I hope that helps, and let's go back to the game. So that one's a how do you deal with burnout question, and that's really a big question. I get that question actually a fair amount of times. So you're not a bit unusual when you're beginning to feel that burnout. Only 97? You have got to be kidding me. This is totally okay. Plenty of screws. The plate is frighteningly slow. I'm going to steal your screws.
You know what else causes burnout sometimes?
What's that?
Tackling extremely difficult problems that just frustrate you.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Are you saying I'm going to get burned out because I'm playing
Doc,
this?
I don't think it's possible for you to get burned out on this game.
Exactly. There you go.
Lexi says, Doc, you deal with burnout by playing Anno Set 117 with Robert and me. Trust me, it helps.
Okay. Well, one of these times I'm going to have to take you up on that. Okay. So here is the iron node, and here is the single smelter. I need to do the same thing here that I did with the other one. Create two smelters going into the one constructor again, because they're not getting enough ingots, because this one smelter is only going to create 30 ingots. It needs 60, but this will produce 120 iron ore, and this will only take 60. So now that I have the ability to make Mark II belts, I will do the same thing I did with those other iron places.
I misread Lexi's comment. Lexi didn't say with me. Lexi said trust me. So you and I can just play. And
Okay.
honestly, Anno 117 is fun to with more than one person. It is a fairly casual game. You kind of work on your own, but it was fun to just sit and hang out and play together kind of thing. It honestly has a lot the same kind of feel as Satisfactory with the pacing, which is fun.
Yep.
What we need to do is get Mama Doc playing, and you and Mama Doc can play while you're in Michigan, and let that be the playing out time for you
I've got a copy in Epic and a copy in Steam. One for the Epic one I was going to let Mom play, and then I could play the Steam one. So that would be good. I need power, I need a pole, I need to take...
Eddie asks, is there a point to getting geothermal power?
a point.
Yeah, a purpose.
A purpose? It is very much a supplementary power that can be useful to augment your any system that you currently have. So I would say, yeah, there's a point, and you ought to go ahead and you ought to go ahead and do it. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Yeah, you ought to go ahead and just place one down wherever you can, wherever you find a geyser, and go ahead and just attach it to your system. It will be what's the error you were getting on YouTube? Yeah, use them to supplement your power grid, and it always helps. Whatever little bit it when it's generating electricity, each hydroelectric plant generates twice as much power as a coal power generator. So the thing is, it goes kind of on and off. It generates power for a bit and then goes off, and generates a power for a little while longer and then goes off. So it's fluctuating power, but it's significant power. So
Lexi also notes that it's really good for rebooting your power system if it goes down, because it requires no input. You just put it down and it works.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. It depends on nothing else, which is honestly a huge advantage. It's just like the biofuel generator in that way, except the biofuel runs out.
Yeah.
So I guess it's not like the biofuel at all. So never mind.
Okay, fine. Okay. I'll split her back here. Did I do the input there? Yeah, I did the input there. Good. And let's mark chew belt over here. And we'll get some things going here so that we can get those going, and just get power to those. And there's the power pole. Has chat gone quiet?
Oh, just a little bit. Arco asks, Doc, do you have any tips for Phase 5?
For Phase 5, it's grind it out. Make your manifolds for each of the products, and if you've done a good job with the tiers just before getting to Phase 5, you have all but about one of those items made to get all the way through the Phase 5 objects. So just collect from those production lines and run it into your manifolds, and you can make pretty much make all the things that you need. It's really odd to me. Like, for example, the ballistic warp drive is the last one, and it just takes a manufacturer. And I thought, wow, well, that's easy. I can do a manufacturer. And so you just hook them up, get them working. All right. And I didn't tell these to do iron yet.
Ruben asks, so with 1.2, do all the node locations remain the same and only the resource changes?
If you do randomized nodes, all the nodes, yes, are in the same place. So if you're familiar with where you're building and where all of the nodes used to be, it can be kind of startling. I expected, like, for example, where I built my home base, I expected 3 iron nodes. And there was 1 iron node, 1 bauxite node, and a limestone node. And so I go, okay, where am I going to get my iron from? And I found I've had to get my iron from all different places. So it's kind of challenging, but that's the way it works. So randomized means that you might find anything where you expected something else. And you just got to go search for it, hunt for it, and work with it. So,
Which is what you're experiencing all day today.
yes, exactly. That's why I've got so many of these weird little, things plopped down here. Just because I'm playing double parts cost as well, I've got a situation where, because of double parts cost, a miner that gets 120 will only service 2 smelters instead of 4 because it's double cost. So where it used to serve 4, it only serves 2. And then a constructor that used to only take 30 ingots to produce 20 iron plate now has to take 60 ingots to produce the same iron plates as before. So I've only got one constructor working when I normally would have at least 2 working here. So yeah, it's been more than just a little frustrating. But now I've got twice the amount of production here, so I'm really, really hoping that my reinforced iron plate factory over here that relies on these iron plates will do a little bit better. All right.
Mantrid's currently playing a fresh 1.2 save with random nodes with extra coal, sulfur, and oil. So they did the fossil fuels option.
Okay.
With double project assembly parts.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yep. I don't know that I'll ever deliberately do randomized notes again. I like the balance in the main game. So.
Yeah, I personally am not really seeing the appeal of it either.
So where I would have expected all the, that's an oil repository right there. And where you normally get them all clustered in the northern oil fields or the western, the western shore, and the cluster of 3 that are kind of in the middle of the map. Now, who knows where all of them have gone? I just don't know. So that's going to be interesting when I try to develop fuel-based power plants to see, okay, now where do I get my oil from? All right, I am going to go, and I already have 33. And when I get up to 50, I'm going to finish this jump pads thing and move on to tier 2. I'll at least have accomplished tier 1. One and done. So, 42. Am I going to make it? Yep, it looks like I'm going to make it. 49, 50. Boom. Actually, I'm going to make the rest of them up.
Lexi says that I do hope you do one more random nodes with the community for 1.2.
If you want the community one to be random nodes, that's fine. I will gladly do that if that's what the community wants on the server. Now, here we go. I'm not hearing any audio from this game.
I think it's your earbuds then, because we're getting it here.
Interesting.
Milestone reached. The Fix-It jump pad combines high technology and innovation for optimized factory traversal
Shano
and
says,
an ideal
I see
travel
the randomizer
experience.
options used more for challenge
Clarification.
runs with players.
Ideal travel experience not guaranteed. Individual results may vary. Pioneers are responsible for all workplace accidents
It was me.
resulting from jump pad usage.
Somehow the dogs had run through there, I guess, and
Oh, okay.
collected it. Oh,
I'm
now
glad
I've
you
got
found
sound. Okay, so now let's go to the hub. Tier 2 is done. Okay. Tier 2 is done. Good. Okay. Now I just have to build the space elevator and See, it felt like that was only tier 1 because I've had to fuss so long with everything.
Mark tells me to turn up the hearing aid.
Thank you. I love you, Mark. Thank you so much for the reminder.
Well, it is about 5 minutes till, so how about we get that space elevator built and cap off the stream?
Okay. I've got to go collect my supplies. Okay, I needed... Okay, rods. And... Okay, did I use up too many rods? I must have. Alright, either that or I've got some more over here, one of the two.
And Pallet07 just subscribed to Tier 1.
Alrighty. Thank you, thank you.
Yes,
Okay.
Argo, cap off means end. Our schedule ends about 3 minutes, though. It looks like we're going to run over a little bit so we can get everything cleaned up just fine. For any members out there, including Pallet and anybody else who's subscribed either on Twitch or become a member on YouTube, please join us tomorrow in the Discord. We're starting at 1 p.m. Central U.S. time, so in exactly 24 hours, we're going to be doing a members-only live stream hosted on Discord, where we're going to be doing some recordings. So we'll be recording a couple of shorts, maybe working on a long-form video, and getting all of our content for the next week made. And it's just a good time just to hang out and casually chat with you guys. Doc is able to, being a little more casual, he reads chat more, and we interact, and sometimes we just hang out on a world together. So please join us if you can. It'd be great.
All right. Well, it barely fits on the platform, meaning I've got to build more platform over on that far side, but it's on the platform here, and so let's get it built. And we got cloudy skies today, so let's see what we can see when it gets built. Okay. And there it comes down from there. And there comes the cargo pod at the same time. Boy, what a view for the last piece of this live stream. Okay, cool.
Project assembly initialized. Congratulations, Pioneer. The space elevator will now automatically connect with the project
Okay, well, how about we
assembly
take you
orbital
back to the
platform.
chat room then?
Project assembly is divided into
Alrighty,
phases,
let's do.
each of which require the delivery of project parts, such as smart plate. Subsequent phase. It is time.
No,
Earth
the
is
chat's
impaired.
still
Do not let-
what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
chat's still not
busted.
working. Okay. Alrighty, well, I can see the chats down here. Because some people prefer a challenge with most games, so using the randomizer for those types of runs are an option since before the update there's randomizer mod for recipes, ores, etc. Yeah, there was a mod for it, and I'm sure that Coffee Stain really looks at the mod usage and what the mods are doing and what the players like. And I'm sure they probably just get into the fact that, if this mod is so popular, we ought to just, wrap it into the game. And I'm sure they're looking also for things that the players might like that are outside of mods that, like more biomes that a mod can't add, or underwater, or whatever that they might think of in the future. The game has to stay challenging for players to keep coming back to it, as new updates come. That's the whole reason for more downloadable content for a lot. So do remember, ping players, if you want to play with friends, go to Ping Players, get 35% off with the Dock 35. They've been good to us. Hopefully they'll be good to you as well. So, do we have anything important in the... All right. Animations never get old. I agree with that. A lot of times I'll just bump out after I hit the red button at the hub and watch the cargo pod go on up and come back down. I like to see that. Alrighty. One Metal Fist says he took a break from his challenge because I've been playing for 2 months straight, so I started playing another game. Atomfall. Okay, that's one that I have not heard yet. Imagine resource nodes in underwater, so you have to go under to tap them. Yeah, that would be interesting. And then there would be underwater miners that might be different than the above water miners. Yeah, there's a whole genre of different things. Being able to take a submarine and dock with a station that you can build underwater so that you can service things. I mean, we're talking about a Subnautica world here almost. So that would be kind of fun. But it is a strong departure from, what Satisfactory has done up to now. But, it may happen someday. You never know. So, hey, it's been a great day. We'll be back tomorrow, I believe, unless something really radical gets in the way. And then I'll be traveling to Michigan on Saturday and Sunday and be back on Tuesday with another live stream. And I hope you all come and join us. I appreciate you all being here. And until then, have a great day and enjoy your weekend. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.